Diamond class. How are you today? I hope you are still keeping faith wherever you are. Alright, we're going to be looking at a wonderful topic in mathematics, angles. That's what we're going to be dealing on today. An angle is a measure of the amount of turning between two directions. We can also say an angle are formed when two lines meet at a point and where a transversal crosses parallel lines. Alright, these are the definition of angle. You cannot pick one. You can pick the first one or the second definition. All boils down to the same definition of angles. But in a simple way, you can say that where two points or where two lines meet and a transversal crosses at a parallel, you can also get an angle from that. What are they trying to say? Like this. Looking at these two lines. This line is known to be a parallel line. Looking at another line that crosses the two lines. Look at the line that crosses both this and this. This is what we call what? Transverse crossing. A line crossing two parallel lines. Look at the angle that is formed. Look at another angle. The same thing here, and here. Whereby a line crosses two parallel lines, an angle is always formed. Now let's go back to the angles at a point. In a mathematical rule that has to do with angles, we all know that the sum of angles on a straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. Just like we have this. We have angle A, we have angle B, we have angle C. All these angles, because they are all lying on a straight line, the angle is all equal, they are all equal to 180 degrees. Now you have angle P or Q. Whenever you see any sign like this, it shows that this is the particular point where the angle lies. That we have P, O, Q. That is for angle A. We have another angle Q, O, and R. That's angle B. We have the last one, R, O, and S. That's angle C. You can see that all the angles, all lines on the same line, which is POS. When an angle lies on the same line, the angle is all equal to 180 degrees. That's just the mathematical rules in solving this problem. We also have another one. The vertically opposite angles are equal. When we talk about vertically opposite angle, like we have this, looking at this, we have angle X, we have Y, we have A, we have B. Now look at this angle. Both of them, you can see that they are facing each other. That means they are opposite angles. They are facing, whenever an angle, you see an angle facing each other, we call them opposite angle. Look at this other one, A, B. You can see that angle A is also facing angle B. And you all know that whenever you see an angle like this, they are always equal. That is another mathematical rule. That is one rule you should know in mathematics, that whenever you see angle facing each other, if this angle here is 20 degrees, the angle here will also be 20 degrees. When you have an angle here 50 degrees, the angle here will also be 50 degrees. Because from the mathematical rules, we are meant to understand that vertically opposite angles are always equal. That's the mathematical form of it. We have angle AOC. AOC, that is angle A. And we also have angle DOB, that is angle B. You can see that they are equal each other. That is angle A is equal to B. And this other S is equal to C. They are similar. Now let's go over to the third one we have. The sum of angles at a point is equal to 360 degrees. Now looking at all these angles, we have angle A, we have angle B, we have C, we have D, and we have E. In the from the mathematical rules, we have the sum of all this. You know that already that sum means what? Plus. That is to say, when you add these angles all together, you have what? 360 degrees. An instance is whereby an angle is given here like 20 here, 30 here, 40 here, 50 here, and you are asked to get this. You are to get this angle, which is unknown. What are you supposed to do? You have to add all these angles and equal them all together equal to 360 degrees. From there, you solve. That is just the essence of all this. Angle POQ, angle this, look at them all written. Angle POQ, which is angle A. QOP, angle A, angle QOR, which is angle B, and the rest, all equal to 360 degrees. From there, you solve. Depending on the values given to you, from the values you can then do your solving. Is that okay? All right, let's go to the fourth one we have. When a transversal crosses parallel lines, the corresponding angles are equal, just like we have here. We have angle here, we have angle here. We have another angle here, we have another angle here. When a transversal crosses, look at the transversal. This is the transversal line. It crosses two parallel lines. What do we have? The corresponding angles are equal. What do we mean by look at the corresponding angle? Whereby an angle lying on the same side on the transverse side, look at the transverse line. Any angle lying on the same transverse line, we call it corresponding angle. If you look at this line, remember we said that this line is a transverse line and this is two parallel lines. An angle lying on the same side of the transverse line, we call the angle what? Corresponding angle. And they are always equal in the sense that if we have 20 degrees here, here will also be 20 degrees. Reason, because they are corresponding angles. The same thing is similar to this. Look at this angle. They are lying on the same side of a transverse line. Already you know that they are corresponding angle. If you have 30 degrees here, here will also be what? 30 degrees. Reason, because they are lying on the same line, which is corresponding angles are equal. Okay, let's go to the fifth one. We have a transversal line crosses parallel lines. Alternate angles are equal. The same, similar to what we have said before. Look at the parallel line. Look at another parallel line. And we have a transverse. Look at the transverse here. Look at the transverse here. And when it crosses two parallel lines, we have what we call what? Alternate angles. Look at the alternate angle. Here, look at another alternate angle. We call them alternate angle whenever you see an angle here, because they are lying on the opposite side of the line. Look at this one. They are lying on the opposite side of the line, this side and this side. Here, this side and this side. They are lying on the opposite side of a transverse line. The angle is known to be alternate angle. And whereby you have another one lying on the opposite side of the transverse line, the angle is known as what? Alternate angle. And we are meant to understand in the mathematical rule that alternate angles are always equal. That's why you have A equal to B here. You also have here X equal to Y. That is it. In essence, if you have 30 degrees here, automatically here becomes what? 30 degrees. If you have here 50 degrees, here becomes what? 50 degrees, because alternate angles are always equal. That's all we have for today. Thank you and see you some other time.